Hello all, welcome back to my channel. This is Babu Krishna. Today we'll see the last part of the Linux shell scripting, which is nothing but a sample application. Okay, so this is not that big application. So we'll see a small application, maybe mini application as well, you can call it, which will process the data of file and also writes to file actually. So our input is file, output is file, and we will see in this to write this application or to develop this application, we may need little bit of Linux basics commands, which we already have that one in Linux basics tutorial, and in shell scripting, whatever the conditional loops and all, we may use that one. Okay, so let us begin. What is the application we are planning to do? So let me open the notes and then we will start our discussion. Okay, so we will also open the slides, which it briefs about the application, but that may not be uh, more informative. So directly we'll see in the code, which is more informative. Here we will have a glance what we are trying to do for the sample application. Okay, so yeah, so let me open that and we'll start our discussion. This is session 2. Okay, so let us take the sample application. So what is that we are planning to do? So we have the file data. Okay, so this is input to the function. This is input. What we have will take is input is file data or students data. Yeah, file data containing students information, or like no the marks and all that particular one, and output is also the files actually. So file data after processing. So this is the input and output what we are planning. So we have the file data, and we will take that file data containing certain information of the students, and then we will write that particular data. Okay, so let us begin the program, and we will see in between what we will plan to do. Okay, so now uh, we'll go to the shell samples, and then we will create a directory sample app. Okay, so now we'll go to this sample app. Okay, so we'll create one directory, whatever the students data dot text. Let us give the name, some name actually. So name one, maybe I will give something for one, some subjects actually, maybe any subjects we can give. Okay, so something 82, 84, 81. Okay, so like that we will have some another. So some data I am putting. So here I am doing for 5 subjects. You can also enhance for multiple subjects actually. So maybe I will only give 2 3 data, so that it will be simpler for us. 80, 75, 86, 87. Okay, so let me have only 5 subjects actually, but you can configure for each student. You maybe have you can have more than 5 subjects actually, but as of now I am taking 5 subjects. So now I have the file data containing the students information. Now the purpose what we will do is we will read student name, student number, ID number, then student name, and then we will read the marks and make an average and write into the output file. So in that output file, we will have the number, ID, and the name, and then average or total marks. It is your wish. So we will make it as average actually. Okay, so that is what we will do. Okay, so now let us write the program. Okay, so I say process students data dot sh. So this is both input and output. So let us write the first one, bin bash, because that is in the script we are going to write. Okay, so we will also do the command and argument. So first argument, let us give it as student input data, student data. students data, whatever the thing. And second argument, output uh, output file. Maybe I say students result dot text. So either way it's okay. Yeah, I am just taking certain name. So I will ask user to give these particular names. If no arguments are given, then we are not going to proceed. So if the input name is also not given, we are not going to proceed. So assume that if input data file is given but file not exists, then we will take default file. We will take default file as students data.txt. So this is how we will do. Okay, so let us check now first argument and second argument. So we are expecting two arguments actually. So if user is given only one argument, so assume that it is only one argument. If it is one argument, what we will do? So one argument means we know that one students data. What is that students data only we have given? Okay, so like what is that if we have only one data, like I say that one students file, maybe I say students file or something $1. Okay, then students result. If only one argument is given, we are taking only the student file as the first argument, and we are taking the second students result as the default file actually. Okay, so I say student result dot or average, right? So I say that one average dot text actually. Okay, so students average dot text. This is I am taking the default if only one is given. Else, let us assume if two are given actually. So else if two are given equal to 2, so I will be taking students file as this is $1, this is $2. So let me copy paste this is $1 and this is $2. So first argument, second argument, you can refer. If you are not sure what do you mean by command line arguments, you have separate video on that, you can search on this. So else what we will do actually, we will not allow. Okay, so we'll say that one error invalid inputs, enter at least one argument. Okay, input file. And then we will not allow, so we'll say exit actually. Okay, so this is what we will do. So this is done with this particular case. So if first argument student data we have taken, second argument student result we have taken, if only one we have taken this, and second we have taken the default. No arguments given, we are not going to proceed. We are not going to proceed. So that's what we have done. Then if we input file is given but file are not exist, that we will see actually. So I say if input file is available but it is not exist, so I say students file. Okay, so then we will take the default file actually. So if it is one or two only, it has to enter. So if it is one is entered, no problem. And like students file equal to, we will take the default file actually. So I have students data.txt. Okay, so I say if students data, anyway I have that one, we will take that particular one. Okay, so here we can do some more things, like if the student result is file is already existing, then you need to give a warning like that actually. So that you can, I can suggest as a enhancements actually. So let me this one note it down the enhancements, so that we can. Okay, let us discuss on the enhancements, so that you can, after the completion of this code, you can perform the enhancements. So first enhancements, what we have taken actually. So the validate existence of existence of output file. If output file exists, give a warning that file contents would be uh, truncated. So this is you are providing the validation actually. So if that particular file is there and it has certain data, you need to remove that actually. So because you need to truncate or remove, so it would be truncated or removed, whatever it is. So like this is the warning you will give. Okay, so we'll also do that, like now we will remove, I'll just if file exists, I am removing, but you need to give a file exists, student results. So so student result is whatever the average dot text actually, right? So here I am blindly removing that particular file actually. Okay, so students result, assume that this particular file, I don't want to have this message. Okay, so let us check on that. Okay, so now I am doing this, but you can add a warning message there. Okay, so let us proceed. Now I have the file data. Now what I need to do, so now this is the validation we are doing actually. So now we will proceed with the processing. So first I need to know I need to calculate the average. Maybe I need to check number of students actually. So I'll say that one, number of students we will check. So how I will check number of students actually? Simple. I'll take another terminal so that we will execute this one parallelly, so that you can be uh, we can execute these pieces of code, and then we can add that code into the program. So that will be simple. So now I want to know number of students actually. Okay, so I say wc minus l students data. I know that one number of students I will get, but I should not get this particular one. So I will use cut command. Okay, so cut and then minus field 1, but it may not give because the default delimiter is not the space. So I'll add delimiter as the space actually. Okay, now I got this particular one. So I will say number of students. I will copy paste this one, and I know I should not give the file name student data.txt. Why? Because if you are giving this, you are hard coding the file name actually. So that's what you are putting in the variable, so that if you want to change this particular file name, so let us assume you are directly writing, you may write in 10 places. Instead of that, if you write in a variable, you can only change in one place. Later point of time, if you want to change the file, you should not do in all the places. You will only do in a one place. That's what we are doing like this. So that's what this way in corporates or like no real application development, you will be following this way only. Okay, so that is the way, that's what we are following that way. Okay, now I got a number of students. Now so I need to proceed. I need to read the file actually. So I need to read the file. So how you will read the file, I will show you while do done. Okay, so I need to read from this file. Which file I need to read? So this one, students file, I need to read. I need to say students file. So this is the way how you will read the input. Maybe I will read with the variable called students info. Okay, or student info, not student, right? Each time you are taking one record. So I say student info. So as of now, we will first see whether we are able to do correctly or not. So I will just, we will try this particular code. Okay, so now let us execute here, so that we can see that particular one parallelly. So we need to do first change mode. So process students. Okay, now I say with one argument, so it is not allowing me. Okay, so we also check the students, my students data, which is not there actually. Okay, so assume that my students data like this. Okay, so now if you see this line 26, expected end of file looking for the match. Okay, so okay, we have some we need to close this. Okay, I have closed now. So let us see this one. No such file. Yeah, so it is now telling me no such file actually. Okay, my students data, no such file is there. But it has to validate here itself if the file not, if the file exists. Okay, so here what we are doing, students file, I have taken that. If the file exists, okay, oh shit, here we need to say file not exists actually. So file not exists, we need to take this. I have not written the negation here. If file exists, I have written. Okay, so let us redo this. So I say that one, Okay, my students data, it is taken if the file is not existing. So my student data not there. Okay, so if the file is not existing, it is taking this particular one. That's what I got, these elements actually. So I can also uh, write the echo statement. Okay, file not exists, taking default. Because since we don't know this, we have not written this, it is hard for us to understand what it is happening. So now if you see this one, okay, file not exist, taking default, it is taken actually. Okay, so now this portion is also executed. This I am not checking, you can validate that. Okay, and also you need to add if it is required. Now if the file exists, we are removing that, and this also I am not checking actually, because we have not yet generated the file. Okay, so now I have the student info. So let us do the average actually. So I need to know student name, this one number, student id, right? So how I will know the student id? I say student id. How I will know? So let us assume if I say echo of this particular one. Okay, so let us assume, if I do the echo. Okay, so now if I do echo and say cut minus delimiter, same thing I'm using, minus field 1. Okay, then I will get the id actually. Okay, so here student id, I need to say echo to execute the command, and student info, then cut minus d space minus f1. Okay, so end of this. And now I need to know whatever the student name. Okay, so student name, if I want, I need to say field 2. Okay, now I got a student name and student number. So I got the both. Now I need to do a average actually. So how I will do average? First I need to get the student info. So I need to get student, these three fields I need to get actually. So let us assume I say 3 to 3, this one 3 dash then it will take end of that. Okay, so we are, as of now I am taking that. And also I need to calculate number of subjects actually. So let us assume I need to do average, means I need to calculate the sum, and also I need to do the average. Okay, so let us do one by one. So now let us assume I need to know this student marks actually. So I say student, or I just say marks actually. Okay, so marks equal to, or whatever, student marks equal to, same thing, echo student info, then cut minus d minus field 3. Okay, so 3 hyphen, so then only it will give this particular range. So for more details on this, you can refer the Linux basics utilities, it will be there in the Linux basic utilities. Okay, now I got the marks actually. If you see this one, I got the marks. Now I need to, maybe we will check, cross check here, whether we got everything like that, and then we will do the processing. I say student id, student name, student marks. Okay, so let us cross check whether we got process. Okay, so if you see this one, file not exist, taking default. Yeah, so we are taking the value and also we are printing. That's what we are getting the same. Okay, so now we are getting the values. Maybe here I can comment it out, since we are getting the values. Now I need to do the average. So means first I need to sum the marks actually. So I say total marks are marks. Okay, so marks equal to 0, while, so I will do that for, okay, so I can use for loop also for mark in, student marks. I am doing the sum actually. Okay, do marks equal to expression dollar marks plus dollar mark. So I am doing the sum, so that I am getting total marks actually. Now I need to know like number of subjects actually. So how you will get subjects? So if I take this one, let us assume I take this particular one, and then say word count minus w, then I will get whatever the number of subjects actually. So I can say, I can take this one. So I say total subjects equal to, I already have whatever the student marks. I say that one echo student marks, because no need to do that again. I just say student marks. Okay, so student marks I am echoing. I got the student marks, and then I need to say word count minus w. Okay, so now I got total subjects also. Maybe I can print these total subjects, so that we will execute piece of code actually, so that uh, we will know that when we are doing fine. Okay, so this is also, this is okay, so let me comment. Okay, and then I got the marks, I got the total marks. Now I need to do the average actually. So how I will do the average? The average is so I say average equal to, so I need to do total marks. So I said marks, expression marks, and then divided by marks divided by total subjects. Okay, so now I know all this particular one. Let us write into the output file actually. So I say echo dollar student id, then student name, then student, that is average, right? Average to the output file. Okay, so I say students result or average, or what is the file name we have given, the same thing we need to take. So we have given student results. Okay, so student file, that is input file, and then student result we have given, so I say student results. Okay, so we will check on this whether we got the correct or not actually. Okay, so let me compile this. Okay, clear the screen. Okay, so syntax error you are getting in this case. Okay, so expression for do done. Okay, expression dollar mark this total subjects we have. Maybe I will print the marks. Okay, so I say something marks equal to, so that to recognize actually. So let us do that. So marks is 412, that is no problem. But why we are getting the so expression is correct, dollar marks dollar total. Oh, so we don't have this variable actually, total underscore we have forgot to give. Okay, so now if you see, okay, total marks we are getting, marks we are getting, and the average. Okay, so let us check, the file should be created. Okay, so now if you see this average.txt, yes, you are having the data. So whatever the 82 percentage and all, this it is given. So 8,400, then 78412. Okay, sum is correct, then average 412 by 5 is 412 by 5, 412 by 5 is 82. Okay, so you can also do this average enhance with float values. Okay, so as of now we have taken the average with integer, but you can modify to the float values. So let us assume I do this again actually, I do this again. So let us do this, I do this again actually. So if you see this, now what it is happening actually, so if you see this, the students average. So if you, yeah, so it is again recreating. Okay, so here it is doing this. Yeah, it is recreating actually. Okay, so now uh, we will remove this students average and we will try actually. So we will see what it will happen. So if you see this one, file not exist, file exists, then it is removing. File not exist, it is anyway not going to come actually. Okay, so it is not going to come inside if it is not exists. So we also will write this one, file exists, and removing the file. Output file exists, so removing the file. But maybe you need to say like rm minus I, then interactive way it will ask actually. So you can also test that one. Okay, now let us do this. So that, okay, output file exists, removing the file we are giving, and we anyway we are giving the warning message. You can also use rm minus I and do. Okay, so this is how we have done this particular processing actually. Okay, so we have taken the input file and we are writing into the output file. So if I take my output file, students average. Okay, so then this is, if I finally I will also remove these. Okay, and let us test this one. And I don't want to give the wrong file name, I will give the right file name. And let us test this one. Now if you see, I need to have students average. Okay, I got the output. So this one, whatever wherever echo you are doing, it should not be there in real code, it will not be there. So you can remove that actually. This you cannot remove. This you can remove, marks you can remove, and then information you can remove. So if you execute it again, and after removing this, okay, so now let us test this one, so that we see the file is got generated. Okay, so in real case it will just execute that, and it will keep all the output into a separate file. Okay, so this is how you are doing actually. So we can do a little more enhancements from this particular application. So as of now, like we have written everything here actually, we may move certain parts to the function and all actually. Okay, so this is how you are doing. I hope it is this video is useful for you, and to process the mini application somewhere 40-50 lines. Okay, and in the next and final video we will see little more enhancements to this particular code actually. Okay, then see you until then, bye for now. See you in the next video, which may be final. There's little enhancements to this code actually. Okay, then see you, bye.